We've covered a lot of ground in today's session, but we haven't really talked about the options for sourcing and providing your own MPC-based wallet or custody solutions. We thought it would be helpful to quickly review some of the options and considerations for procuring or developing your own MPC wallets. As we saw earlier, a simplified construct for digital asset ecosystems consists of digital asset types and services at the top layer, wallet services providing account-level operation, an MPC cryptographic services layer to manage and protect the keys, and the blockchain layer to record the transactions and more. If we take a closer look at the wallet, there are at least two primary services layers. The first is what I'll call the MPC wallet service layer. This is where we implement the applications that will be used to access the wallet functions, such as web browsers, mobile apps, etc. You'll need to support one or multiple OS types, depending on the device types and user experience you want to offer. The user experience is primarily defined at this layer as well. We'll need plugins to easily interface with and support various services providing at higher layers. AAA services, compliance, and more must also be fully defined and facilitated at this layer. And policies defining how many parties and who must authorize and under what conditions are all defined at this layer as well. These wallet layer services are, of course, reliant on the cryptographic services layer. This is where you'll determine what MPC threshold scheme you want to implement. It might be a 2 of 2, 3 of 3, 3 of 5. Any number of schemes are possible. Your ciphers are implemented at this layer, typically ECDSA or EDDSA, and likely others. The key share generation and management services are all executed at this layer, along with the actual signature generation, when the wallet layer policies are satisfied for each of the key share signing parties. And of course, the virtual MPC nodes, which generate, store, and use the keys, must be created and managed. The first decision is, will you build or buy your own wallet or service? If you want to buy, you'll have multiple options, ranging from licensing an off-the-shelf or custom-built wallet, which you host and manage yourself, to a wallet as a service, where a third party hosts the wallet and the entire MPC framework for you. If you choose to build your own wallet, you'll have more choices. You can develop your own MPC threshold signing scheme yourself, giving you 100% control over every detail. Of course, hiring a team of highly competent cryptographers who are also experts in the field of MPC is going to be at least challenging. And this technology is incredibly complex to develop, and it typically takes years to fully develop, harden, and optimize. So not many companies will go down that path for their own wallet. The next option would be to build using open source MPC. Again, this approach is not going to be for the faint of heart, because these protocols and related software building blocks are developed and contributed by a wide range of sources with varying levels of threshold security and cryptography expertise. The lack of accountability and control makes open source a challenging decision for a technology that's so core and foundational to everything else built upon it. A third option is to procure MPC from a well-established company where you're securing the MPC algorithms, libraries, and software stacks, preferably sourcing these technologies from a vendor with a long track record and known expertise in the field. A fourth model is to acquire an MPC provider. In fact, we've seen at least 4 of these acquisitions in the last year. Most companies building their own wallet will partner with an existing MPC wallet technology provider. This provides the best combination of proven, ready-to-go MPC core capabilities while giving you the ability to integrate and control your technology in-house. Next, we need an actual wallet services layer. Once again, you'll have options to either build your own, open source an existing wallet, or work with a technology provider. In most cases, your wallet provider will deliver both the services layer and the MPC cryptographic services layer as part of one offering. The choices here are much more dependent on your own needs and in-house capabilities. However, since the cryptography layer is so fundamental to your key security, it's important to have really well-defined criteria for evaluating the MPC technology, the MPC. After all, like Yehuda said at the beginning of this conference, anyone can slap a label like the MPC technology on the side of a product. However, the label alone does not assure that a particular implementation of the technology is fully secure or high-performing. So it's helpful to ask a few questions like, what type of MPC model do they support? Is it a 2 of 2 model where 2 key shares exist and both must always be available to sign and execute a transaction? Or is it a 2 of 3 or 3 of 3 or some other threshold scheme? Can you switch from one threshold scheme to another because you might prefer different schemes for different wallet types inside your own operations? Who developed the core MPC technology? Was it a group of PhD candidates? Or perhaps well-established cryptographers, but with little or no real-world experience in working with MPC? Or are they industry veterans who've studied and worked with the technology for years, if not decades, and have published papers and are widely known as highly respected experts in the field of MPC? Has the technology been validated by independent and credible third parties? Has it been widely deployed and for how long? Where are the MPC nodes hosted? What device types are supported? Will they natively run in a cloud on mobile devices? Will they support both online and air-gapped operational models? What custody model does it support? Will those models allow you to fully meet your regulatory and compliance requirements? What about the policy enforcement that occurs at the wallet layer? How is it protected? After all, if the keys are secure but the policies are easily hacked into and changed, they can be modified to issue commands to tell the MPC nodes to sign the transaction. What digital asset types are supported? Is there support for multiple assets? Who controls the roadmap? What's the performance of the MPC layer and wallet layer? MPC transaction latency can vary from a few milliseconds to seconds to even tens of seconds. How many transactions per second can be supported? Performance varies from tens or hundreds to thousands to more than 10,000 transactions per second. How are key recovery services provided? How automated and secure are those services? And what about recovery from catastrophic disasters? And finally, what happens if your wallet or MPC technology provider exits the market for any reason, be it acquisition or insolvency? These are really important questions and considerations, and they should really be asked regardless if you plan to subscribe to a wallet as a service, license an off-the-shelf ready-to-go wallet, or license MPC technology to develop your own wallet. In conclusion, I'd like to take a moment to further introduce you to Sepior. Sepior provides MPC-based digital asset wallet platforms and technology to banks, exchanges, and institutions. We also provide the core MPC wallet tech to several of the companies which offer turnkey wallet or custody solutions in the market today. Our founders have been working with MPC for over 2 decades. We've been developing MPC for digital asset applications since 2018. Our application-optimized implementation was designed from the ground up to yield the highest combination of security, performance, and flexible control. It supports millions of keys and wallets with up to 10,000 or more transactions per second and runs on virtually any device type. And our business model and implementation give you complete control over your wallet and your business. Sepior's co-founders are considered to be among the most preeminent experts in the field of multi-party computation and threshold cryptography. They were instrumental in the first commercial deployment of MPC back in 2008, and they've been refining and optimizing the technology ever since. When it comes to betting your assets, and in some ways your company, on your MPC-based solution, Sepior's level of experience and expertise is monumental and largely unrivaled. We hope you'll visit us here at our virtual meeting booth or at sepior.com for more information. Thank you very much.